He told his bunkmates that what he was going to do when he found her. He planned to cut off her ears and her nose with a pocket knife and get his money back. Carving on his wooden leg, he showed his friends how he would hurt her. When I finish her, she'll be a funny-looking bitch, he said. I'll make her so drunk an Indian won't take out after her. His light of love must have been... Beware, there's some bombs in there like hard R. Okay. Thank you. His light of love must have sensed his intentions, for he never found her. By the time Cyrus was released from the hospital and the army, his gonorrhea was dried up. This book, okay. Man of the year, this guy. What a man. What a man. Glad his gonorrhea dried up. When he got home to Connecticut, there remained only enough of it for his wife. No! Mrs. Track was pale, inside herself woman. No heat of the sun ever reddened her cheeks, and no open laughter raised the corners of her mouth. She used religion as a therapy for the ills of the world and of herself. She changed the religion to fit the ill. When she found that theosophy she had developed in her communication with a dead husband. Okay, let's look up this word. Because they said it twice, and so that's enough. Theosophy. Religious philosophy or speculation about the nature of the soul based on mystical insight into the nature of God. Mysticism, Oh no. Any system of philosophy or mysticism which proposes to attain intercourse with God and superior spirits and consequent superhuman knowledge by physical processes, as by the theurgic operation of some ancient girl. Okay, now we know what this girl's on. Dog pick a struggle, he racist and contagious. And he got no leg. Racist, contagious. Rapist? Oh no. Am I allowed to say that on Twitch? I mean, he chasing girls into bars. Chasing. Book. I'm reading a book. Sounds problematic, lol. Old-fashioned of intercourse, I believe. He nasty. He nasty, but his wife is fucking God? Who knows? I'm gonna keep reading, but chapter 3 is quite interesting. Okay. When she found the theosophy she had developed for her communication with a dead husband was not necessary. She was fucking her dead husband? Okay. She cast about... Okay. She cast about some new unhappiness. Her search was quickly rewarded by the infection of Cyrus brought home from the war. They both have gonorrhea. Cool. And soon she was aware that the condition existed. She devised a new theology. Her God communication became a god of vengeance. To her, the most satisfactory deity she had devised so far, and, as it turned out, the last. It was quite easy for her to attribute her condition to a certain dream she had experienced while her husband was away. But the disease was not punished enough for her nocturnal philandering. Her new god was an expert in punishment. He demanded her a sacrifice. She searched her mind for some proper egotistical humility and almost happily arrived at the sacrifice herself. It took her 2 weeks to write her last letter with revisions and corrected spelling. In it, she confessed to crimes she could not possibly have committed and admitted faults far beyond her capacity. And then, dressed in a secretly made shroud, she went about on a moonlight night and drowned herself in a pool so shallow that she had to get down on her knees in the mud and hold her head under water. This required great willpower. As the warm unconsciousness finally crept over, she was thinking, while some irritation of how her white lawn should golf. We were eating John's. Okay. With some irritation of how her white lawn shroud would have mud down the front when they pulled her out in the morning. And it did. Cyrus Trask mourned for his wife with a keg of whiskey and 3 old army friends who had dropped in on their way home from their home. They had dropped in on their way home to Maine. Baby Adam cried a good deal at the beginning of the week, for the mourners, not knowing about babies, had neglected to feed him. Cyrus soon solved the problem. He dipped a rag in whiskey and gave it to the baby to suck. After 3 or 4 dippings, young Adam went to sleep. Several times during the morning period, he awakened and complained, and he got dripped rag again and went to sleep. The baby was drunk for 2 days and a half. Whatever he may have happened in his developing brain, it proved beneficial to his metabolism. For the 2.5 days, he gained an iron health. And when, at the end of the 3 days, his father finally went out and bought a goat, Adam drank the milk greedily, vomited, drank more, and was on his way. His father did not find the reaction alarming, since he was doing this. Oh, okay. Okay, wait, why is this so funny to me? Okay. Oh my god. Okay, oh my god. He went about a goat. Adam drank the milk greedily, vomited, drank more, and went on his way. His father did not find the reaction alarming, since he was doing the same thing. Okay. 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 Yes. Normal. Very normal. Baby needed rehab. Whew. Something of the sort. I'm dead. I'm actually dead. I look like a strong woman. Maybe my shoulders did get bigger. What did I lift? Oh yeah, they did get bigger. I lifted something the other day. I lifted some chairs. This is how the Elden Ring show. They should have cast me. Chair muscle. Or at least I'm not this family. Oh wow. Within a month, Cyrus Trask's choice fell on the 17-year-old daughter of a neighboring farmer. We're not surprised. The courtship was quick and realistic. There was no doubt in anyone's mind about his intentions. They were honorable and reasonable. Okay, yeah. Her father abetted the courtship. He had 2 younger daughters, and Alice, the eldest, was 17. This was her first proposal. Cyrus wanted a woman to take care of Adam. He needed someone to keep the house and cook. And a servant cost money. Yeah, okay. He was a vigorous man and needed the body of a woman. Okay, yeah. Okay. We didn't learn about any of the children of the first family, though. I wonder who is Adam and who's Eve. Cyrus wanted a woman to take care of Adam. Okay. Unless you were married to it, within 2 weeks, Cyrus had wooed. Ayo. Wedded, bedded, and impregnated her. His neighbors did not find this action hasty. It was quite normal in the day for a man to use up 3 or 4 wives in a normal lifetime. Alice Trask had a number of admirable qualities. She was a deep scrubber and a corner cleaner in the house. I'm dead. Why is this shit so funny? Oh my god. I'm on page 16. Okay, girl. You scrub them corners, those nooks and crannies. Yup. CIA? No. More like poor girl. Girl, thank God I'm not a woman back then. She was not very pretty, so there was no need to watch her. Her eyes were pale, her complexion sallow, and her teeth crooked. But she was extremely healthy and never complained during her pregnancy. Whether she liked children or not, no one ever knew. She was not asked, and she never said anything unless she was asked. From Cyrus's point of view, this was possibly the greatest of her virtues. She never offered any opinions or statement, and when a man was talking, she gave a vague impression of listening while she went about doing housework. Type 1 if she's your type of woman. The youth and experience and... Ooh, this is a word I have to look up. You gotta read faster. Go watch some Fortnite. Damn, look what Maya did. Maya's in my friend, the emo one, with the septum and the piercings and lip piercings. Okay, so she did this hair today. And then she did this hair today. Look at her. Eating. Y'all don't know, but it's hard to get that. I'm burping, but like silently. It's hard to get this blonde. It's really hard. It's really hard to get that blonde. Incomplete burp count. I got long ass hair. I know the struggle. You have to drink the blood of a Viking to get that blonde. Okay, Raymond Crow. Okay, Alice Trask all turned out to be assets for Cyrus. While he continued to operate his farm, as such farms were operated in the neighborhood, he entered on a new career, that of an old soldier. An energy which he had made him. Now while... I need water. Water. Punctuation is key. He entered a new career of an old soldier, and the energy which had made him wild now made him thoughtful. No one outside the War Department knew the quality of duration of his service. His wooden leg was at once a certificate of proof of his soldiering and a guarantee that he wouldn't ever have to do it again. Timidly, he began to tell Alice about his campaigns, but his technique grew, so did his battles. At the very first, he knew he was lying, but it was not long before he was equally sure that each one of the stories was true. Before he had entered the service, he had not been much of an interest in warfare. Now he bought every book about war, read every report, subscribed to the New York papers, studied maps. His knowledge of geography had been shaky, and his information about the fighting non-existent. Now he became an authority. He knew not only the battles, movements, campaigns, but also the units involved. Down to telling, he became convinced that he had been there. Sounds like some shit I would do. All of this was a gradual development, and it took place while Adam was growing to boyhood, and his young half-brother behind him. Adam and little Charles would sit silent and respectful, while their father explained how every good general thought and planned. And so is there going to be love in this book? Because I'm excited. You know, it's not what I expected going in, but I'm here for it. Yeah? Hell yeah. Okay. Charles would sit silent. Adam and Charles. Wow. Their father explained how every general thought and planned, and where they had made their mistakes and what they should have done. And then